So let's talk tensions on the Husqvarna Viking Amber Air S400 serger. So how do you know when you have good quality tension? So let's start with a 4-thread overlock, which is what we have going on. That means both the needles are engaged and both loopers have thread in them. So what you want is that the looper colors, so that's my pink and my green, they're going back and forth on the front and the back. You want them to meet right along the edge. So for any reason that one of those threads is kind of more on the top or more on the back, we can adjust it. So here's my tip. What you want to do is you don't want to get this so far one direction or so far the other direction, but sometimes if the pink is a little bit to the back, I can increase a little bit, so kind of help pull it back to this side. But could I also decrease that lower looper tension and let it kind of come back around? So before you also start adjusting tensions, you should double check that there's nothing kind of hooked around or the links that are not where they should be, kind of tangled or restricting the thread movement before you adjust tensions. But I'm assuming you probably looked at that first. Also, on the back, you want to see a nice, perfect, straight line where the seam is. So when you open this up, you don't have any what I call smiles at you. If I need to have matched thread, here's a tip, is whatever thread is in my needle, and right now it's actually the yellow thread. So my yellow thread is what I'm going to see on the inside if I really pull that open. And sure enough, there it is. So if I had more of a darker color, maybe I had a royal blue I was stitching on, I could put royal blue matched thread out here on this needle and even have 4 blacks on the inside or something neutral like gray. But that would be then the blue would show through on that needle. But for any reason you have not a straight line, we need to see why that needle thread is not holding nice and tight. So make sure that the thread is all the way in these tension discs. Make sure you flossed it when you started. That way you don't have any issues. And you should just see a little dot of each needle on the back side. So after I serge something, I always turn it over and check, do I have a straight line? The proof is on the back. So just because you look at the front, that's nothing. You got to flip it over and look at the back side. So again, you can always double check if these tensions are all the same. If you're using the same weight of thread, that shouldn't be a problem. It's when we start using some decorative thread or a couple different weights of thread, one maybe a little thicker, one a little bit thinner, that's when you might have some unbalanced stitches. But all in all, if you have good quality thread on the serger at all times, you shouldn't have any trouble getting a perfect stitch with your tensions about 3.